Hey everybody, Scott here for the Helix channel. It's Tuesday, and like I said, tutorials this week. Today I'm going to go over a point that I've been making for a little while, although I've never actually created a video about it. It's about how some of the amp models are compatible and some are just not. There's good, there's bad, and there's just plain fucking ugly. And it's hard to say what the compatibility issue is. It can range from mild phasing to just the tone just falls apart. And this is primarily in, overdriven sounds. And mainly with the amps, overdrives, clashing, and just weird things happening. And it's funny because this didn't ever happen until they introduced the Brit Trem amp model and the derailed Ingrid. Now the derailed Ingrid sounds great with pretty much everything, but I think at the same time they put out the British Trem, British or whatever, the British Trem or Brit Trem, and the Brit Trem sounds horrible with certain amp models. And then I also tried the Placator with the Boogie Lone Star. Those two do not get along. So I'm going to show you a couple of good ones and a couple of bad ones. And these are primarily the main bad ones. Plenty of good ones. Way more good than bad. Shall we? Alrighty, here we are at the Helix. Now, just to save a bunch of time, I've set the IRs the same on all of these four presets that I'm going to show you. And there's a single snapshot just says all. And what I'm using is a Marshall 1960V on top and on bottom. And I've got all the settings the same. The volumes are a little bit different. The outputs, I mean, because some of the amps are hotter than others. For example, the Boogie Lone Star, man, that is a hot motherfucker. Woo. So I've got to pull the volume on that thing down and then pull down the level on the IRs. But, so I have a, what do you call it? A compressor, split evenly, top amp. This time, derailed Ingrid, Placator Dirty. This is a great one, a great combination. That's the Friedman and the Trainwreck together. And to me, this is a great combination. I love it. Everything about it works great. They complement each other well. And, here's what I do. When I'm working on a preset where I combine amps, I'll split the A so that all we're hearing is the top path. Then we'll listen to it. Boost my volume a little bit. Then listen to the bottom. By itself. That's a lot louder than the top one. Let's make some adjustments. Save that. And then combine the two. And you just get a really just sweet heavy sound. Awesome. Moving on. Another good one. Let's showcase the good stuff first. Let me save that. Just, I don't know. I probably won't use it ever again, but another. Oopsie, don't do that. Another great combination. And this one utilizes an overdrive because I'm using a pair of not so clean amps, but cranked up amplifiers that would be, if I took this out, it's still kind of crunchy, but it's not, as fun as this. First, let's hear the individuals. The top, which is the, I have introduced a compulsive drive for this one as the overdrive. This one's a litigator and the Brit trem. So, the top path. And the bottom path. I can't unplug my microphone for this because I would just be doing it for too often. Bottom path. This is one of those where there are decided roles. The top one has the brightness. The bottom one has the bass, has the bottom end. And when you combine the two, you get a great combo. This one would be great for something like you know what I'm saying? So another great combination, and this one using an overdrive pedal for the distortion for most of it. Now let's go into some of the bad and the ugly nonsense. I'm just saving things. I'm crazy. Now the first bad combination that I ran across is, well, this wasn't the first one that I ran across, but this was the most glaring one to me. It was the Friedman and the Lone Star. And individually, I love them. So let's listen to them individually. Here's the top path. And I'm not using a ton of gain on this one because the Boogie Lone Star doesn't have a ton of gain. On the Placator, I'm using a lot more gain, but blah, blah, blah. So let's hear the bottom one, although I have rolled the gain back. But it is definitely the heavier of the two. Pretty sweet. Combine the two and you should get an awesome sound. Oh, but instead you get this. It's just falling apart. I couldn't tell you why. It's just a compatibility issue. Let's listen to another one. This is an ugly one. And here's another bad combination. This one is the Boogie Lone Star and the Cali lead. So they're two boogies. They should, in theory, be compatible. Let's listen to the top path. Solid. Oops. What am I doing? And the bottom path, I believe it will be a little bit heavier. Nope, it's less heavy. Can't remember why. Let's go with a little bit more gain on that, shall we? So lead, for Christ's sake. Act like it. Jesus. My camera's not focusing very well right now. All right, so there's that. Now let's hear them together. Let's see what kind of nonsense is going to happen when we combine these two. We'll see. What is that? And if you're wondering, just in case you're wondering if the IRs are playing a role, let's swap out this one with, say, a high watt. Oh God, no. It's awful, no matter what you do. Let's give it a nice bottom endy 3A. What the hell? So, you know, it's just, it's a weird thing. And I don't expect all the amp models to play well with each other. And although I was kind of excited at the prospect of the Boogie Lone Star and the Friedman run together at the same time, it's just not meant to be in the current, you know, iteration of it. Which is why on my latest presets, the Lone Man presets, only one signal path is on at a time. So I'm getting great clean sounds and then great heavy sounds. And I don't need to combine them to get those tones, but I sure would have loved to have heard them both at the same time. Wouldn't you? There you go, everybody. Just a little food for thought, really. And things to avoid more than anything else, because most combinations of the amp models within the Helix work well with each other. I've just stumbled across a few that are really just pure shit and should kind of be addressed by, some programmers at Line 6 to see what's up. So I'll forward this to Frank and we'll see what, if anything comes from it. So I will see you tomorrow with a Name That Riff and then something else. I promised someone earlier in the week or late last week that I was going to work on some tutorials for them. Please drop me an email and remind me what they were, because I've already forgotten. And I can't find the emails that talked about it. So I'm worrying that my program is getting too slick. My video's a little too slick, but fear not. My memory will continue to fuck it up. So I'll see you tomorrow. And until then, rock on.